Hello everyone and welcome back to F1 2020. So in the last episode we finished the Australian Grand Prix and we are now back in our team's headquarters. So it seems we have some new activities here. 2 days only to the Grand Prix weekend. Alright, so we have some new activities here which were not available before. So we have Podium Celebration Party, costs money, but gives a boost to all department morale. It's good. Sponsor event conference. We only have 2 days. Driver promotion filming. Driver gets plus 100. That's maybe good for our claim, right? Aero team building. All right. G-force training. So that improves second driver racecraft. Okay, so maybe we should invest in ourselves. I don't know. That's a 1-day activity. And then we select another. And then we can only do the podium, which costs money, but boosts morale. Well, let's go for that. So then we have set some activities. We gotta check the facilities, the R&D. We now have new points, 1,117 points. Let's see, R&D in progress. These are still in progress. We don't have money to upgrade anything when it comes to the different facilities. But let's see if we can initiate some more research here. I would guess we can only have one research at a time per facility, but let's see with the engine, for example. Can we do another miner here? No, we cannot, because we can only have one at a time. So either we save up the points or we start developing something else. Yeah, this department is shut down. Progress paused. Maybe we should initiate it though. Okay, so we can't. We need to activate it first. Restart facility. And now we can start that. 41% failure chance. Well, we gotta try. We gotta try. Although those percentages really suck. We'd like to get some money up to be able to improve that. So the morale for the chassis department is poor. Maybe we have done some bad options when answering the interview questions, which might have led to that. Also, I think the first activities where we improved the morale for powertrain and durability, I think, before we went to Australia, that actually decreased the morale for the other two, aerodynamics and chassis. Then we may have done an interview question which improved the morale for aerodynamics, but not for chassis. I think both those were poor. Before the Australian Grand Prix. Anyway, let's move to vehicle. Let's check our wear. Wear looks good. Corporate, we can choose a secondary sponsor now. Interesting. What's this? As a team, complete a total of 75 laps during a race weekend. Well, considering that we only do 25% race length, that might be real tough to achieve, actually. Score 10 construction champions points during a race weekend. Well, we already done that. I think we got 18 during this race weekend, right? But yeah, we need to replicate that. Contract is for 56 days. And we need to do that once within 56 days, alright? Achieve the fastest lap during a race. Yeah, that might actually be tough as well. We never managed that in the last race. Overtake 15 different drivers during a race. Might also be tough. 5 construction championship points during a race weekend. Yeah, okay, so that's lower. So that's 10 and 5. The weekly income is a bit higher here. Gold bonus and weekly incomes increase with each team acclaim level. 10 is a challenge. Let's try. Okay. So, I was thinking driver perks. Seems we need to be at some level here. Locked until level 8 or something. Alright, so then we have increased the driver perks as far as we can for now. So, alright, finances. Alright, so we're in a good positive margin here. I think it says income and outcome is 20. But it says the departments cost 25. Interesting. Facility running costs 20. but it's 15 plus 5 plus 5. I don't know how they count that, but oh well.
We're in a position now where we're able to attract a new sponsor to the team. Head over to the corporate tab and select the sponsors screen to choose who we should approach.
A new sponsor again? Ah, we already done that. All right, thanks for late information. Okay, so I will go to the race weekend, but I won't drag you through these practice and qualifying sessions. So, practice and qualifying sessions are completed and they were both super good. We managed to get a good amount of scores in the practice sessions and ended up with a P1 after the qualifying session. Our co-driver though managed to get a P20, so maybe not as good, but we managed a P1 and that's a super great start, I think. So, with that position, we head on over to the race.
We're here again then at a circuit famous for its stunning visuals and thrilling battles for glory. Who will take the spotlight in the Bahrain Grand Prix today? There's no shortage of passing opportunities around the 3.36 miles of the Bahrain International Circuit, with the best at turn 1 of course, and then another soon into turn 4. 15 corners here, 6 to the left and 9 to the right, and we could see 1 or 2 flat spots into the tight left-hander of turn 10. Now, Anthony Davidson, I wonder, might we be in for some early pit stops today from the midfield teams, all trying to put some pressure on or disrupting things for the leaders up front?
If you're in the middle of the pack, you got your own race to run, I don't think they're going to be thinking about causing trouble up front. However, closer to the head of the pack, don't be surprised to see some split strategies. If you're running second and third, for example, bringing one car in for an undercut while leaving the other one out there longer can put a lot of pressure on the leader and maybe force them into an error.
Before we begin, let's take a quick look at the grid lineup for today's race. Strong lines up on pole position, and it's Valtteri Bottas that completes the front row. As we continue through the rest of the grid today, we have Hamilton, Verstappen, Charles Leclerc and Vettel, Albon, Ricciardo, Sainz and Esteban Ocon, Perez, Stroll, Pierre Gasly and Norris, Kvyat, Giovinazzi, Kimi Raikkonen and Kevin Magnussen, Russell, De Vries, Latifi and Romain Grosjean sits at the back of the grid. Now, it's almost time for lights out, so let's go down to the track.
After the points finish last race, let's aim to keep the momentum going.
Good idea, sir. So let's change the race strategy. I want to keep this one, I think. I'd rather run with soft and mediums than soft and hards. I think it will give us a better overall race time. Yeah, it also shows 21:33 versus 21:37. And when it comes to the fuel load, we are gonna run 14 laps and we have 14.5 laps of fuel load, which means we won't be able to run rich fuel mode as much, but since we had a good pace both in the practice and qualifying, which gave us P1, I hope standard fuel mode would be good enough to secure us a good position with our overall pace. So with that said, let's go. Yay, got P1 here. Super good. Maintaining P1 through first corner. See if we can pull away a little, secure the position. Oh, it didn't shift down really there. A bit slow downshift, but still doing it.
That's what we like to see at the start. Well done.
Yeah, super good start, really. Let's just try and hold this, keep this throughout the race. Avoid like missing brake points, stuff like that. Try and get a good apex on the corners. Try and drive like stable and safe with a good pace, not wearing the tires out too much. See if we can pull away a bit further here on the straight. Yeah, we're pulling away from Bottas. That's good. All in the without changing fuel mode so far. Just half a second behind Mr. Bottas. Managed to get a decent corner there. Oh, we pulled away at first, but then he's catching up. He's got a stronger engine than us, so we need to keep that in mind. Use some ERS here on the long straight.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the mediums.
Yay! That's good. Oh, braking way too soon in both corners, both after a long straight and here. Was braking hard enough early there, so almost locked up in the end because I had to brake hard for too long.
Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
Running real bad here right now. No time to change strategy now, gotta race. Missing that brake point as well, had to cut the corner short, gave me a bad angle, but we're still in P1. Gotta shapen up though, because I'm driving really rough now. So driving like this might cost us the lead in the long run. If we don't watch out. Change strategy, maybe on the long, okay it disappeared. Maybe on the long straight would have been. But maybe then that would be too late. Who knows?
Okay, clear.
He's really close. He is actually closing in on us now, so.
Some information on Russell. It looks like the problem is terminal. They're retiring the car.
Try not to overshoot this corner now. That's way better. Pulling away a little here. Thanks to that.
squareboxing this lap. Give us the best in-lap you can.
We are doing really well here. The Underdog team ahead of Mercedes currently. We lost a lot of speed right there in the corners as I said that. So the gap we had worked up was lost in those corners, and he's now back at half a second behind and now even lower. Oh, braking way too soon. He did not. That's where we lose it, I guess. Oh, managed to keep it. I don't know if it was an illegal overtake or whatever, or if he just got cornered, he couldn't pass. But yeah, that just shows. Seems that each time I talk, I start to lose time, because it's just such small differences in like exit speed and stuff that does all the difference. It seems when my focus is split, I'm not able to maintain that. So I drive a bit rough and it loses us a lot of time. Okay, we gotta get down to speed real fast here because the pit lane starts early. We don't want a penalty. That's what, like, the worst thing that can happen. If we speed in the pit, as you might know, we get a 5-second penalty.
Go now. That was our last
Why is
stop.
pit not
No more
releasing?
scheduled pit stops.
I pressed the pit limiter button like 4 times. We got a little wheel spin there. He almost overtook us as a result. Let's get some speed up now, or we will lose our first position during the pit stops. Try to get some flow, get some speed up. Maybe switch to rich fuel here on the straight.
Nick is coming in for his stop.
Yeah.
We pretty much burned off our excess fuel. We'll be back on target soon. Don't wait too long to turn the engine down.
I already turned it down there as we ended the long straight in the first corner there.
Green flag.
Got some wheel spin there, shifting in the tight corners, upshifting, can be dangerous. Overshooting this corner.
Okay, gap ahead is 3.6 seconds.
Quite a lot, but pit stops are coming up. see. Bottas is in the pits or not. Or is he already behind us? There is a Mercedes behind us. Has he already done the pit? Yeah, I think so. I think we managed to keep the position after all. Stroll will do a late pit stop. Just gotta hold this now for the rest of the race. 6 more laps. It's really close, so we gotta make sure we don't overshoot any corners like there, because then that might cost us the lead. We also need to make sure that we, as much as possible, have ERS for the long straight at the start-finish line, because he has a stronger engine, so he will catch us up on the long straight if we don't, or at least there's a high risk of that. We have some spare fuel we can use if we want to hold him off. I will change to rich here, get some speed up quickly with the ERS, then save on ERS and hope that our rich fuel mixture will give us enough speed. Seems so, switching back down. Almost a second gap now, that's good enough, but it's not room for any mistakes really. Overshooting like we shouldn't, maybe losing that gap thanks to that. It's Hamilton that's behind us, not Bottas. Was it Bottas that was out of the race earlier? Maybe I missed that. Maybe we got lucky.
5 laps of fuel remaining.
Maybe we got a bit lucky there, if it was him. Because I doubt that we would have been able to maintain P1 after the pit stops if he had not gotten some kind of issue. Lost a lot of time there in those corners. Can take them really good. Seems maybe our tires are getting a bit worn. Feels like hard to take some corners real tight. Sliding a bit more. At least more than 1 second gap now. Shooting the corner somewhat.
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
Not a lot of ERS for the upcoming straight. I need to switch the fuel mixture a little. Save on the ERS. Increasing the gap, that's good, almost 2 seconds now. Incredibly good for the Underdog team versus Mercedes. Mercedes. Gap still increasing, that's just super great. Drove some on the grass there, might have
We're
lost
leading
speed.
our teammate by 37.3 seconds.
Which lap is it? 13 out of 14. I'd lose some gap here, but trying to drive safe now, because I don't want to make any mistake here. We're so
There's only
close.
1 lap of fuel remaining.
Wow, that corner went wide. Not sure if I took a different apex there, different angle, or if it's just tires.
This is your final lap of the race.
Sounds good. Let's hope we can keep this overshot a bit. Gotta drive safe. ERS on this and the last straight before the actual goal straight. Use as much of our resources as we can. Did not mean to pull up that menu, was just going to enable DRS. ERS, I mean.
That's a
Nice.
race win. You've really been great today.
You can't fault the performance on the track today. A well-deserved victory. So, Anthony, what made the difference out there today?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely assisted in their victory today. That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their tyres at all times.
The faces on our top three look so incredibly happy as they make their way up to the podium. A much-deserved victory and a brilliant performance from them all.
Nice, so the first victory for Team Beasting. Great start to the season, I think. It's super great. So we get some experience points.
Let's see what effect this result has had on the drivers' standings. Strong takes over the lead of the Drivers' Championship. So, Anthony Davidson, who would you rank as your driver of the day?
Difficult call, but I'd like to say Esteban Ocon. He's just so gifted at getting the most out of his tyres, and he showed that today.
It's time to check out the constructors' standings. Ferrari continued to extend the gap at the top of the table. Meanwhile, a strong weekend from Red Bull this time out, and they improved their position in the championship.
I know that's at odds with the official decision, but I think they deserve some recognition on a day where both of these drivers are at the top of their game.
Well, Ant, an end to another fantastic weekend of racing. Thanks to everyone who joined us, and we'll see you for the next one.
All right, what a great start. So after 2 races, we are currently up and battling with Mercedes and Ferrari for the Constructors' Championship. And on the Drivers' Championship, we actually have the most points now. We didn't win the last race, but this win gave us a +2 in points to Leclerc. Super good start to the season, a super good race today. I'm gonna round up this episode now, and I will see you again in the next Grand Prix. Thank you all for watching. I hope you liked it, and if you did, please leave a like and a comment. If you want to stay tuned for new content, subscribe and click the little bell button. Thank you all. Have a nice day. Bye bye.